The Niger Delta Youth Employment Pathways, Ndyep, is a pilot project implemented by Payne Foundation with funding support from Ford Foundation.
The main aim of the project is to develop model pathways for youth job readiness or workforce development that provides the marginalized youths, men and women in the Niger Delta region the opportunities to secure sustainable jobs through an intensive skills development program that equips them with market-relevant skills.
The market survey and economic study for the implementation of the Ndyep program began in late 2017, while implementation began in 2018. The Ndyep project is piloted in 3 states: Rivers, Abia, and Akwa Ibom states. In the pilot phase, Ndyep provided direct vocational training and in 4 sectors of the economy, which included ICT and renewable energy, agriculture, construction, and finished leather sector.
My name is Ofo Chetachuku Charles. I'm 27 years old from Bende local government area of Abia State. I'm a graduate from Imo State University, Owerri, where I studied biochemistry. Ever since I finished my school, I've been looking for a job.
I've already heard stories about how difficult it is to get a job in Nigeria and all. So I told myself that after NYSC, what next?
Ezinne and Charles were part of the teeming population of unemployed and unskilled youth in the Niger Delta.
Having a young population in itself is not a bad thing, because it's certainly a lot of energy that needs to be put in the right place. But the challenge right now is that the economy, though has had some times of significant growth, but that growth has not been accompanied with the relevant kind of job creation, or it's not inclusive enough as a lot of people would say.
Ndyep's intervention in the finished leather sector is an intensive shoemaking program to train 100 unemployed youths in Abia State to become masters of shoemaking, getting gainful and sustainable employment through shoemaking. Ndyep added the finished leather products project in Abia State in its last year of the 2-year pilot. Ndyep's intervention in the value chain recognized that most traditional skills acquisition programs have not adequately delivered sustainable results, owing to the fact that they do not pay attention to what happens to the entrepreneurs they produce.
The approach being that is demand-driven, is market-led, and is based on data.
I believe, I am sure, Ndyep made its target, because everything we are doing is data-driven. There is data to back that up. In terms of number, in terms of being a pathway to employment, we have success stories locally and internationally.
The training was competency-based. And so, because it was that robust, it was broad, not only technical training, but you are preparing people with those soft skills that people often say become the success factors. So not only were they trained, but they were prepared for the marketplace.
We selected people based on need, based on age. We selected people from between the ages of 16 to 30 years. We also selected people based on their interest in shoemaking as well, and if they were unemployed.
We had deliberate targets: gender, people with disability.
The Foundation for Partnership Initiatives in the Niger Delta was poised towards using effective methodologies to reach out to people using different channels and online platforms such as Facebook and several other social media. Community-based organizations were used to reach out to people at the grassroots, since these CBOs had direct links and have gained trust from the people over time. Payne utilized the youth association networks and ministries of employment using Payne's platform known as ND-Link to reach out to a vast number of young people. Payne went further to use ND-Link champions, who are basically influencers with a vast number of following, and also interfaced with the different local governments in different areas. Ndyep set out to position young trainees to take advantage of opportunities across the finished leather products sector. Therefore, the training combined computer-aided design (CAD), pattern making, stitching, effective communication skills, and access to funding for startups.
I got to learn a lot. Like, I can make footwears of my own, make for people, such as slippers, sandals.
The training was practice-oriented with hands-on experience. As part of the training, where the trainees were exposed to functioning business processes as an added dimension of their training.
Self-employment was beginning and gaining traction more or less as a pathway, and it's a solid pathway for young people to find work in an economy like what we have. And so we're modeling multiple pathways to employment.
Ndyep carried out the training by partnering with 2 local organizations like the Footwear Academy and the Clintonell Innovation Center in Abia State that has already had a stake in the leather sector.
As a partnerships initiative, we work with and through partners across all our program areas. So we applied the same processes for partner selection to the Ndyep project. First and foremost, we were looking at private providers mainly, so market actors, because we had the issue of sustainability at the back of our mind.
There's just one thing that PIN did that I take particular respect to, and that is collaboration. No system exists without collaboration, and they have done well by bringing state actors.
This one is more pronounced because it has to do with graduates, and we have seen that with this program, many people are being, developed. Their capacity are being developed. Their skills are being improved, and so when they finish the training, we are sure that they will get placements in our member companies.
Ndyep intervention in the finished leather sector is no doubt equipping the disadvantaged young people with quality market-relevant skills.
The Niger Delta Youth Employment Pathways Project had a target of 1,000 youths in the first year and 3,000 youths in the second year. In the first year, we trained over 1,600 youths, and in the second year, we trained 3,180 youths. So it was very impressive, and I can say we've met our target in terms of number of participants. We had a target of 40% women and at least 10% persons living with disabilities. As at the end of the second year program, we had 37.5% women on the program and 5.5% persons living with disabilities.
Our biggest achievement from the Ndyep project is the fact that we have more than 104 young people that are gainfully starting up their own businesses or employed. 2 of our students have gone on to win grants. Recently, 2 of our students won a grant of 500 and 200,000 naira. They came first and second in an Abia State competition, which is a success story for us. A lot of our students have gone on to also launch their businesses. We have students that have been linked to work, and this just goes on to show that people's life can be transformed through shoemaking, and Ndyep made it possible.
What have we learned in the 2-year pilot phase? We have learned never to underestimate the importance of strong partners and transparency in the selection of partners as well as trainees. They contributed significantly to the success achieved during the Ndyep pilot. Ndyep training methods integrate business and soft skills with technical skills. It provides opportunities to apply and practice different types of skills over the course of training, and we found that to be more effective.
The soft skill training helped the students become more confident. It helped them bond more through teamwork, and it made the classes even more interesting. So beyond learning the technical skills, which was shoemaking, they also got to learn leadership and communication skills that are currently helping them even outside the organization.
I didn't know how to source for good leather in the market, but when I came here, I was able to know how to differentiate from good leather and bad leather, how to finish your work and make it perfect, and also how to make the work long-lasting.
I would like to appreciate Pinned and Fund Foundation for giving me the opportunity to enhance my skills in leather works. Without them, I won't be able to be who I am right now.
Among others, the Ndyep Finished Leather Products project revealed that there is a high demand for skill acquisition as unemployment rises in Nigeria due to COVID-19 crisis. The Ndyep approach is innovative and informed by evidence from research and analysis. The pilot will be used to develop the evidence based around approaches to tackling youth unemployment situation in the Niger Delta.
We also worked with a couple of government stakeholders. From the onset of the project during the research in 2017, a lot of government stakeholders and MDA were already carried along as to what we wanted to do. We had meetings with them personally, we had learning forums where they got invited, we had a regional roundtable where we had representatives from all the 9 Niger Delta states. We've had a lot of them come on board.
Indeed, a cursory appraisal of the project shows a streak of success stories, with its intervention in the finished leather sector is no doubt equipping the disadvantaged young people with quality, market-relevant skills. As a performance-based intervention, targets have been achieved at 100%. And finally, regarding adoption and adaptation, with more states adopting the model.